Just when I thought I was getting to some major endgame content in Pokemon Violet, a final battle against Arven instantly proved that I was instead way out of my depth and clearly not playing this game as intended. So much for being able to choose your own path. So off I went, backtracking to parts of the story I had previously ignored, starting with Team Star. And oh boy was it a wild ride full of surprises and excitement. Or at least that's what I wish I could say, but unfortunately it was kind of the opposite. Where do I even start? Okay, let's not start off all doom and gloom. Earlier in my playthrough, I had already beaten Mela and there were some real positives from this storyline. She had a great character design, clearly inspired by Charcadet, and a super cool, hype final boss battle against a modded out Revavroom. As much as that might have been animal cruelty, but we'll brush that one aside for now. And she even had a hilarious walking animation, which I still can't get over to this day. So all in all, it was a promising intro and I was excited to see how it would kick on from there. Back in the present day, I went straight from Arven to the second Team Star boss, Giacomo. We met Clive outside, beat a trainer to break into the base, raided said base by auto-battling 30 Pokemon, and finally met Giacomo riding out on a modded Revavroom. Why does this seem so familiar? Anyway, thanks to Arven, I was now well over leveled and boom, just like that, Giacomo was defeated, we learned that this SoundCloud rapper really has no responsibilities or importance to Team Star whatsoever, and it was now time to move on to the next base. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. Yet again, we had to pretend to be oblivious to the fact that Penny was clearly the big boss of Team Star, because according to Pokemon, I'm not smart enough to have figured that out yet. Apparently. Allegedly. So yes, I was disappointed that Giacomo's base was essentially a carbon copy of Mela's base, but I still had hope that this story would improve as I approached Atticus, the poison-type boss. Here we got jumped by Clive, rocked up to the gate, and said hello to a little boy who reminds me a bit of Dobby from Harry Potter. Atticus would be in danger if no one here defends the base. I owe that man my life, he's my dear compadre. Dobby shall help Don Atticus. From there, we raided the base to auto-battle 30 Pokemon, met Atticus riding out on a modded out Revavroom, and oh my god, all these bases are just going to be identical, aren't they? We smacked up costume designer Atticus, climbed up a big mountain with a bunch of goats on it, no, not that kind of goat, go goats, and stormed Ortega's fairy-type base, still in denial that this wouldn't be exactly the same base as the others. And I had hope. I found a breach in the base's defenses, leapt over to dramatically catch everyone off guard, and was teleported back to the entrance. Because apparently I must act like a gentleman and a scholar if I want to attack a rebel gang member. So I beat up a guard, auto-battled 30 Pokemon, met Ortega riding out on another modded out Revavroom, and I had now given up hope. It's all the same. Why is everything the same? This is the point of the video where I go off on a rant about the issues with Team Star. Why is their storyline just so gosh darn boring? And identical to each other in every last detail. I was so ready to see each boss go bigger, and as I came to each base, I wanted to find Giacomo on the controls of the head of a massive mechanical pawniard, then Ortega riding out on a giant mechanized Dashbun, or if you want added comic relief, a giant Igglybuff. That would have been hilarious, and most importantly, unique and exciting. But instead all we see is the same boss battle truck thing over and over and over again. I don't know, it just really took away from the experience for me. Am I the only one who thought that? Oh, and don't even get me started on Penny. Not only am I expected to act dumb and assume Penny isn't the big boss Cassiopeia, but I'm also expected to accept that her backstory makes perfect sense. No, because it's a mess. Penny's whole thing is that she's the leader of Team Star, and they look up to her because she's so powerful and has therefore earned all the respect of the other bosses. But how can the bosses know how strong Penny is at Pokemon battling if they've never even seen her face? It doesn't make sense. I mean, they're meant to be these super close friends? You've never even seen each other's faces, and you attend the same damn school! What kind of plot armor is this? Oh god, I'm getting lightheaded. Someone stop me. Look, I actually like Penny as a character. Once you get past the Team Star storyline, her character is actually really funny. She has so much sarcasm and is so aware of how dense some of the other characters are. It's brilliant. But throughout Operation Starfall, all she does is pretend not to be the ringleader when it's the most obvious secret in the world. That's it. That's all there is to her character. I can make a whole separate video on this, but long story short, I'm angry, I'm confused, and if someone in the comment section could explain to me why and how any of this storyline makes sense, then I would so greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Now back to the video. All that was left was to face the final Team Star boss, Eri. But before that, I have a few team updates to bring you. I found this little guy named Frigibax on top of the ice mountain just screaming for my attention, and it turns out that he happens to be the Paldea region's pseudo-legendary dragon-type Pokemon, so I added him straight to the squad. His middle evolution looks cool, so I look forward to seeing if his stage 2 evolution is as good. As well as this, it was about time my Charcadet evolved, so after doing some digging and killing off a load of Sinistea near the Psychic Gym, this lady gave me an item called the Malicious Armor, and when used on Charcadet, it turns it into this, a Cerulege. Damn, does that purple and blue flame look good. And finally, I heard rumours that a certain Pokemon in my party had a hidden new evolution that I had no idea about. With my squad hitting the level 50s, Pawny had finally evolved into Bishop at level 52, and I just happened to be in the perfect location to take it one step further. Just outside Eri's fighting type base, you can find the occasional Bishop leading a group of Pawniard around, and each of these Bishop holds a new item called the Leader's Crest. So what happens when you give a Leader's Crest to your own Bishop and beat 3 of these group leaders? Well, you get to see a new evolution. Bishop can now evolve into a new Pokemon called King Gambit, and oh my god does it look insane! So now our team is looking lean, mean, and ready to demolish a certain final Team Star crew. We rocked it to the base, murdered 30 more Pokemon in cold blood, challenged Eri, and quickly claimed our 5th and final Team Star. Oh. Well, that didn't go to plan, did it? So we challenged it again, and I wouldn't so easily mess up this time. Oh no. Oh no, this is very embarrassing. Please pretend like none of you saw this after I've been ripping into Team Star this whole time. And so on our 5th attempt, yes I said 5th, we finally beat the final Team Star member Eri, and it was time to wrap up this storyline once and for all. Rather fittingly, Eri's role in the team was apparently to train every other Team Star boss in Pokemon battling, so I guess you guys can forgive me for losing so many times to her, right? Yeah. And after one final flashback and yet another cringeworthy photo opportunity, it was time to meet Penny. And oh, what's this? She isn't here. How convenient! I wonder why that is.
Don't worry, there's no need to search them out. The true identity of the big boss is me.
Oh, look at that. What? I'm just ready for a big Clive reaction where he steps back and goes, like they do in the anime. That's not as dramatic as I thought that would be. So I guess next up we'll just have to take down Penny, Cassiopeia, back at the academy. And now we'll get to see how big and strong she really is. Clive, what are you doing here?
itsPoachie? No, remember, the name is Clive. Can you not remember that, you thick boy? Thick as in dumb, not thick. Anyway, actually no, it's time for me to bring this little performance to an end. Allow me to reveal my true identity. One you had never seen coming. Ha ha! It is I, Mr. Clovel! Regardless, there's still one more astonishing truth I must reveal to you. The true identity of Cassiopeia was me all along!
No, stop it! Can we please stop pretending we don't know that the big ringleader is Penny already? You're kidding nobody, and I'm losing my mind here, Pokemon! Like, oh my god!